Thank you, and welcome to the Town of Litchfield Recreation Commission meeting for Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. We will now call the meeting to order, and I will ask members to stand for the pledge.
I'm already students. That's what happens when you can sit.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we will now call the roll. Member Judy Brennan.
Present.
Member Justin Burnell.
Present.
Member Jeff Town.
Present.
Member Andy Ruggles.
Present.
And Select Board Rep Bob Leary.
I think so.
Good enough. And Vice Chair serving as chair tonight, Peter Ames. First order of business is the approval of minutes from the June 24th, 2025 meeting. If members had an opportunity to review the minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Any discussions?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there further discussion or amendments to the minutes? All in favor say aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain.
Motion carries 4-0-2. We will now open public input to the meeting. Are there members of the public that would like to comment this evening?
Yes.
Then come on up. Yeah. So identify yourself and your residence, please.
Yeah, Bill Fleming, 36 Brickyard Drive. I am here to just follow up on an email that went out to you guys for approval for Pack 11 to do rockets at Sawmill Park on August 20th. And just want to make sure that that's on y'all's radar.
It's on
It
tonight's
is.
agenda.
It's on the agenda. It's next up.
Okay,
So-
awesome. So that's what I'm here for, to just be representing along the way and make sure that we're.
Should we have them stay up there?
Yeah, just in case
This is
questions.
next,
Yep.
Right?
It is next up.
Is
So
there
So
anyone
it's
else?
right there.
You're good? Okay.
hang right there. Thank you. All right. So we will close public input and we'll move to facility and field requests. First up is Scout's request for rocket launch on
8:20.
820
Sawmill.
at Sawmill.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the request. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Judy.
Motion and a second. And so discussion or questions? Yes.
No questions. I know they've done this for several years in a row now, and it's been fine. And hope you have a good time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been a really good time, and if any of you guys want to come out, feel free. It's a fun time. We have spare rockets and rocket motors as well, so feel free if you want to launch with kids. It's a good time.
Can we launch a kid?
No, I mean if you got enough motors, maybe.
No. Now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Other questions or discussion? All right, then we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain. Motion carries 6-0-0. All right, so we have a second request from Scouts
Stay put.
for a town hall. Yeah. On October 15th for shooting sports.
Is that from Scouts or is that from?
That's from the pack.
Oh, from the back for shooting sports for town hall.
The
Okay.
babies and the
Yeah. So I wasn't aware of that. Of my apologies. So in essence, we're going to continue on. We generally do this once a year to make sure that we have the shooting sports merit badge. It will bring in inflatables into Talon Hall for the BBs. It'll all be the entire range is a complete inflatable. We'll have both archery and BB guns, and the BBs all stay in the inflatables themselves. So it's sort of a self-cleaning scenario. So that's what we do. Put it all together for getting everyone their shooting sports merit badge.
Very good.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there discussion?
So we'll just need to communicate with basketball would be my guess, because it's in October.
I don't know if it coincides at all,
It's
but
mostly outdoor, correct?
No, it is
It
indoor.
is indoor. Okay.
Yeah, just to try to mitigate any weather. So it is straight up like a it's built with an inflatable with a floor like a typical like tarp floor and then inflatable sides, and you're just aiming at a target that's in this inflatable, in essence a bouncy house, if you will, to shoot, for lack of a better term, to shoot at targets. And we've done it before in Talon Hall, and there's enough room to get it all set up. We sort of split it in half, and we have other things that the kids are doing on one side, and then we have 2 to 3 range masters there to handle shooting. So
So my only comment is I'm not against it, but we said we were not going to handle the fall requests tonight because we have another meeting before it.
no,
we,
that's fine.
we could always table. It's not a
So I'm just wondering,
Is it too soon?
It might be.
like, does this fall into that category when we're looking at the fall scheduling of our fields and buildings, that we wanted to do it all, everything all at once, or because it's just a
I
one day
think
thing?
just because it's a 1 day thing, I would be inclined to just approve it. So that's something they'll have to schedule around. Personally.
Yep, and it's in talent. Most of the requests are fields related in the
Yeah.
fall. But what are members' feelings?
I'm fine with it because it's a one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a
day
one-
thing,
I think it's
but
a one day
just wanted
thing.
to make sure that we're
Yep.
following our own
Yeah.
guidelines.
And I think this would be different, similar to how the Plex was doing. Like if we were accepting a payment for it, we would hold off because we want to make sure that the rec league had an opportunity to do it. Where this is, Cub Scouts in town, it's a little bit different.
So if, okay.
Does that
we'll
make
do the vote
sense?
And then I'll ask the question.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Sorry. Abstain. Motion carries 6-0-0.
So Spirit of Litchfield wanted to come in with their Christmas date that they have set for Christmas in Litchfield. That would be okay
Yeah,
for them to do that.
I think
They don't have to wait
I
till,
think the
like,
major
winter.
concern.
one-off.
Yeah, I think the major concern
Okay,
was
I just wanna
coordinating
make sure.
schedules. Yeah.
Yeah, let's come to that in just a moment.
Yeah.
So yes, we will
Yeah.
take it. Thank you for being here. Well done.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
the work you're doing.
Thank you.
All right. Additions to the agenda this evening. We did receive 2 requests for field usage after the deadline for the agenda, and both of them are for field usage during the fall. So based on previous conversations, we're going to hold those. For now, we have another meeting ahead of any of those requests, and we have another agenda item this evening to discuss our process for fall requests. Are there other agenda items folks want to add to this?
I see Mr. Lane sitting there. He must have something to.
Want to talk about water?
I think he's on the agenda though, right?
Oh, is he?
The invoice that we're going to review, or is there another item?
So our next meeting's August 12th.
This is about the sprinklers, right?
Yeah, that'll be brief too.
Okay.
You just okay. Well, I'm going to. If our folks are okay, I'm going to move him to
Yeah, very well.
the front of the line in the agenda here. So I do
Go last.
appreciate we appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming in. We'll invite you up to talk about the invoice and other items that you'd like to discuss. So, thank you.
Ryan Lane, Natticook Lawn and Landscape. So I usually separate out your invoices when I have to do additional work outside of the proposed field maintenance contract. Just everything we've had going on, it accidentally got looped in. So that just holds up the payment process for us and obviously the approval process on your end. It was just a minor break/leak at Dara that was incurred from the Softball Association and their installation of the fences. So, I mean, quick fix, simple remedy. It's not to say it won't happen again, but when they did put the fences up, after we made the repairs, there was no issues. So, and then I anticipate for your next invoice, I will separate them out. If anybody's been down to Brickyard in the last week or so, it's gotten a little crispy. The pump start relay had let go in there. That happened about 2 or 3 years, 3-4 years ago now, when the prior contractor had the field maintenance contract. The repair cost, if I'm correct, was in the realm of $600-700, which in my opinion was highly inflated. So I don't see it getting anywhere near that. I've already made the repair. I did it 2 weeks ago, but I'll bill it out separately. So it's just a quick fix, just electrical components. So okay.
If he's got a bunch of miscellaneous repairs, can he just itemize them all on one invoice instead of sending a bunch of different ones?
So we have one invoice, right, that has a contract fee and then
Yeah.
the additional fee for the repair. We have $250 plus a couple of small
Right.
fees. So, yeah,
Right.
so
Mhm.
I think what our action is tonight is to approve the. Okay, I gotta do some math here, but the $250 plus the other fees.
Yeah.
But I mean down the road, if he has further.
Well, I usually separate them out
Mhm.
because when I send you your field maintenance bill
Yeah.
for each month, it's approved pretty quickly. It's when we have these incidentals that pop
Yeah.
up. That
But if you have
guys-
4 or 5 of them rather than doing 4 or 5
Yeah, but what I'll
invoices,
do is
easier for you.
I'll put them all, like if it's always irrigation repairs.
And just itemize
so
them,
I'll
yeah.
put them all on that bill for the month, and we're good to go.
Very good. Thank you.
So I think our action for tonight is to approve the invoice request for $277.92 for the repair. And the field maintenance is already settled.
Okay.
Is that
Yep.
everyone's understanding?
277.
Perfect.
Then I will make a motion to approve the $277 change.
Second.
Have to determine which account it's going to fall under, because I think our field maintenance account isn't it exactly what
Just the contract.
the contract, right? So
Yeah,
that-
I think we can put our.
We have to we have to let Karen know, we have to have it in the minutes and let her know where we're taking that money from.
Yeah, I think it's the field maintenance contract, right? Yeah, so it's an overage, but
Yeah.
as our budget is, right, like that's okay. You just need to balance it out in the end, but that's the appropriate line for it.
Yeah, it's field maintenance, right? So
So we'll just overspend that line item.
Yep, gotta make it up
That's fine.
somewhere else, but yes,
Yeah,
that's where it should go. All
Okay,
That's fine.
right, so motion, was there a second?
Second.
All right, thank you.
The last 3 years that there's kind of a buffer built in. It always amounts to a couple $1,000s in repairs throughout the season. Both these instances were situations where I would love to come to you for pre-approval, but it needs to be fixed right away.
Sure.
You know, I can send you an estimate for the one that I just did. You know, you're not going to get billed for it for another 8 days, and then it's a net 15. So, but yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Yeah, estimates are helpful for our process here.
Yeah.
So, but we have a motion, and a second. Is there further discussion?
no, Ron, just so you know, Chris has the authority to approve is it up to 500 or
Up to
1,000, and then we bring it up at our next meeting, but he can do that on the spot for you if you're able to reach him.
Okay. They'll all be $500 moving forward then.
$499.99.
All right, further discussion, questions? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries 600. Thank you for this. Thank you for your work. It's
Yeah.
midsummer. It's hard work out there, so thank you for what you're doing.
Brian, while we got you here, can I bring up something too?
Yeah.
So we're coming up on the end of our 3-year contracts for field maintenance, I believe, right?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
12/31.
I think we need to take a look at our RFP that we put out in years past. And, you know, any help that we might be able to get from Natticook if they have any input.
Mhm.
You know, maybe we're missing the mark on something. It'd be nice to have some help on that.
Yeah, I think your input about what you're seeing out there in the field will be helpful. We'll write the RFP independently, but you're the one on the ground, so.
Yeah, we will obviously want to be cognizant of no conflicts of interest, especially if a contractor is helping write it and then they're bidding on it. More or less, my input would centralize around just what we've been doing. As the RFP was written 10 years ago,
I'm gonna guess 20.
maybe even longer. It really hasn't changed much, but the expectations, the demands, the workload has changed. And also, you know, it's not, if you're looking for quotes for comparable service to what we've been providing, you're not going to get them the way the current RFP is written. We mow twice a week. We mow as needed, you know, based upon the demands and expectations of the people of Litchfield. You know, you get a contractor that comes in and it's just written that they're only going to be mowing once a week. That drastically changes things as far as a finished product, but then also cost, things like that. That's just one glaring example. There's a lot of other things that we do that most landscape contractors probably aren't going to do because they don't employ the equipment that we do. And that's not to say that they can't get the job done. And that doesn't necessarily need to be factored in the RFP, but it's just something that's worth reviewing. We can handle that via email. Essentially what we've been doing, take what you will from that, and it might help you just sharpen your pencil. Well, I will say that we've been locked in at the same rate for the last 3 years, and all you hear about when you turn on the TV or log into social media is inflation, inflation, inflation. It's, you guys are probably going to get a rude awakening for pricing from everybody or anybody. I know you're under tremendous pressure from the budget committee. I don't envy their position or any head of any committee, whether appointed or voluntary. But anybody who thinks that it's going to be going down, to be careful of who you're hiring if they are going to be doing it for cheaper. And then one of the topics that always comes up relative to the expectations of contractors for field maintenance, you know, you're talking about finely managed turf, irrigated turf is for example, like the river access. In my opinion, both as a resident and a contractor, that has no business being factored in with this. It's a completely different style of turf management. It's more like weed management and dust management.
Yep.
And it's just, it wreaks havoc on our equipment. It's my opinion as a taxpayer that between the Rec Commission and the Conservation Commission, we already have equipment to handle something like that. And again, you know, budget committee is bringing down the hammer on you guys to tighten up budgets. I mean, that right there is off the top of my head, $5,000-6,000 line item that could be absorbed by tax money that's already been paid in.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, you've got a tractor, you've got weed whackers, you've got all this stuff. Let's use it. So
I know conservation does get down there and do some cleanup, but we're not very good about doing that with some of our properties, like getting down there or around pickleball. It was,
No, and I'll say we
And we
rely
do have
heavily
the-
on
we do have-
volunteer labor, right?
It is,
So
yeah.
that's
So we either
appreciated.
have to put the time in with the equipment we have, or we have to pay.
Right. And, you know, for me, that's the hard part. I'm so busy with baseball in the
course.
spring.
Yep.
You know, I'm 7 days a week in fields and,
Yep.
and just time to do stuff like that, you know. And I know a lot of other people in the same boat with their own respective sports and
Yep.
families and whatever.
I mean, it's also one of those things where, like, you see the crews that come in and do the cemeteries. There's nothing desirable about mowing cemeteries. It's the same thing. It's dusty. It's weeds. It's really terrible conditions, and that really mirrors what you're dealing with at a place like river access. Again, another one of my personal opinions: river access is, in optics wise, it's more of a conservation type area. It's for recreational use, but it's conservation. It doesn't need to be a well manicured lawn. You know, let the stuff grow in. Mow it maybe twice a year. You know, you hear about it all the time. We need a pollinating garden or wildflower gardens. It's all right there.
Yeah, but I hate when, like, we have the plaque for when it was dedicated, you know, John Bryant and the garden around it, whatever was done, and it's just kind of really sad when you show up there and you can't even see it because
Yeah.
it's grown up, you know, all around it.
More point.
I think something like the fences on the fields at Dara probably needs to be factored into the RFP if we're gonna expect the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Around that.
Which fence are you talking about?
Like the softball.
Temporary.
Softball fences.
They don't stay up though.
Oh, yeah.
do.
That's,
I thought
that was added as an
That was
addendum.
added, yeah, for a
20
certain amount of time,
2022.
for the amount of time that they were.
We add that to the contract. Is it in the RFP?
It is.
It is.
Or it was
Yeah.
not, but it will need to be.
But we added it.
I was fearful you were talking about the fence on Grouse. That's been completely overgrown and taken over by pine trees and bittersweet. That just needs to be completely ripped out. That's another job for another contractor.
Yeah.
Come on, you like a challenge.
Not that big of a challenge.
So, Andy, thank you for raising it. We need to get back to this next couple
We have
months.
to, yeah,
because
because
we need to issue it.
so I'll have to look through the files and see what we have.
Yeah.
And just start from there.
I know it did sneak up on us a couple years ago, like all of a sudden it's like, oh,
It always
we have
does.
to make that decision, and we had said we were gonna start looking at it in like September.
Yep.
To make sure we're not waiting till, last minute and we have time to get information in.
Yes, so let's remember to keep this on the agenda for the next period of time here. So, thank you.
Yeah, I'll try to dig it out and distribute it just for
Thank you.
easy reading.
Thanks. The sooner you get it out in the open, the more time you're going to have to pull more bids. I mean, from a business standpoint, I hope nobody bids it, but you got to do what's best for the town.
Of course.
So
Yeah, so on that, I'll say a couple of things. First of all, thank you for being a great partner in this work. Like, you've been responsive, helpful, considerate, and that is noted and appreciated. Secondly, the quality has been phenomenal, and we've all noticed it. Residents have noticed it. Our fields are a point of pride for this town, so I hope you feel the same pride because they look fantastic. You did a great job. And thirdly, yes, this is an independent process, so we appreciate the feedback. We will keep a hard line and keep it separate from that, but your counsel is appreciated through this process. So thank you.
thanks.
We good?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Did we approve it? The bill? Did we vote? I think we seconded.
Thank you.
it,
Good
but I
an
don't
open
think
thing. Let's make sure. I don't think we
We
did.
went into discussion.
I think
I
we
motion.
I know we set.
Made a motion in a second,
Motion
and
and
then
a
we got
second. I don't
into
think we
And
voted.
then we had discussion.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained, motion carries. Thank you. All right, now getting into new business. 2026 budget is upon us. Drafts are due 7/28. Are there additional items folks would like to recommend or make adjustments to in our budget lines?
Field maintenance, I want to put on 30%. Just by that discussion. I think it's going to be a real thing.
Yeah, so this contract is 3 years old. Is that what we were just saying? Yeah, so how much have things gone up in 3 years?
Right.
Probably a fair amount.
And then, I don't know, you in favor of removing the river access and using the materials we have to upkeep the plaque and the garden, and if it's the stuff that grows at the end that grows so big that when you're coming out onto Charles Bancroft and when you can't see traffic, I usually complete the form online for Kevin Brown for Highway Department
Yep.
to come and
Trim
take care of
that.
that because it blocks visibility, and it, whatever the stuff is, it grows quick and it grows high.
It does. To Ryan's point, most of it is not a problem in actuality. But to your point, right, it's important that that looks
Well, he's
respectable
where
for
they
some.
put in the plaque. I mean, he did so much for the Recreation Commission and he was on it for so long. It's kind of sad when you pull in and you can't even see it. It's all buried under weeds and
I
everything.
think
you know,
that's a
growing
very
there.
important point. Absolutely. But there may be alternate ways to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems to me we ought to be able to get some sort of a low growing ground cover right at the entrance and around that. Some perennial ground cover that's gonna take over there.
George, when
We could look into
conservation goes
pavement.
down there,
Is that
are you more or less
Pavement.
pulling down
Different
fallen
girls.
trees and stuff, branches that have come down in the winter? Or like, how much time do you spend down there? Actually, is it really the mowing or?
Jason did some mowing this spring, and he did a rough job probably. And I think Ryan may have come in and done a better job afterwards.
Yep.
We took down a tree that was leaning across the path last fall, and so we're making sure it's safe to go down
Right.
there.
So is it more cleanup of stuff that kind of falls and needs to be removed from the pathway?
We
But you-
mow Moore's Falls,
Yeah.
the mustard field, the community garden, and some other areas already. So, we might be able to hit the, around the kiosk or whatever.
Oh, I'm not asking you guys to do it. I was just wondering what you typically do down there. If it's general maintenance, because I don't see too much. Off to the side, they grow pumpkins, right? It's like a farm field.
Yeah. So let me back us up a little bit for the budget though. So I heard a
Yeah.
30% increase. This is a good discussion for when we refine that.
Right.
So
Do we want to
do we want to?
remove that from the RFP?
But that's,
I think
that's the down the road question. The
Yes.
question right now is that line item that sits there, do we increase it by 30% so that it's in there?
So this is draft. So I think that's a good place to start. Then we can dial this back from that.
It's a good starting point.
Are there other budget items folks want to recommend for?
How
Recent education.
how did we do last year? Does anybody know in Talent Hall there was the year before where we had like high water bills and
Heat was a
Heat.
problem.
we had some things fixed. We had some plumbing done. I don't know if this past winter the bills were any better, but I don't recall us having at every meeting saying, "Oh, the water usage is way up," or the.
So I'm pulling up the budget report to see if I can find our lines. So bear with me one moment. Okay. I'm going to ask about heating, electricity. Where were you? Propane.
Yeah, I didn't know if we needed to increase that amount by a certain percentage. I don't know how we did this past winter compared to the winter before was like much higher than usual.
Yeah, so propane budget was about 9,500. We spent about 7,200 so far. So we had a balance of about 2,200 for the fall. So it's kind of pretty close to, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we've got 25% left.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
They're saying electric rates are going to be going up.
And electric, let's see. Electricity, we did a bit better. We got 40% left for the year.
So having not been through this before, do we present in front of somebody our request, or do we just submit it to Kim and goes in front of the Board of Selectmen?
So yes and yes, we will submit a request and then we will present on it to defend the lines. They will question adjustments or if we underspent or overspent
Right.
on that.
So this is due to her, so I think it's due this week, right?
It's next week. Next Monday.
And I think sitting here today, the only line that we would even have the information to know that it's going to be more expensive is what we just heard from Ryan, and knowing that we're putting that out for bid, so we know that there's going to be potential risk in that expense being the biggest expense line item.
Yep. Yeah, so the field maintenance is almost 93,000 out of a $140,000 budget.
Right.
So we can do marginal work on the other lines, but it really is the field maintenance one that's
Yeah.
going to change things.
Because if I remember correctly, when we closed out the year, we had opportunity in, like, we didn't put anything in building maintenance, right? We didn't spend $1 in that line, where we maybe overspent in a different line, which is why Chris has been trying to put it in the right lines
Yep.
this year. So maybe there's a little work between the lines we can maneuver, increase here
There's
and
probably some
decrease
things
there.
we can, if we really look at it, decrease too,
Right.
I think.
Yeah, but I
But
think
yeah.
with the RFP going out this year, and who knows what the contract is going to come back at? 30%. Is that what you said?
I mean, it's just a shot in the dark.
But I don't think it's unreasonable.
I don't either.
It was 94,000.
Yeah, about 93,000.
But not 30% for electricity.
No.
For
No,
field
it's just in
maintenance.
that-
Field
just in
maintenance.
that line.
I would say
Yeah.
10%.
That's what I was thinking.
5 or 10% for
Overall,
electricity.
that's about right. Yeah.
So 122,000 for
Yeah, it's only 30 grand.
for that line.
27.
Yeah, so most of our lines are not significantly off. The ones that are, we're talking about a couple $1,000s difference.
Yeah.
So it's really about managing that field maintenance line.
The vast majority of it.
So we have to submit back to Kim.
Monday.
And again, if budget does hold us to the, say they or refuse to increase that, then I think we really need to start looking about taking fields offline.
Right.
That'll be the next.
Yeah, there's not, like I said, these are, there's not another $10,000 line in any of the other bedrooms. So,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, we're off by a factor of whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So I can circle back to Chris to put that in and make sure it's submitted for that, and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
Is that fair enough?
Yep.
Are there any deferred things that we ought to start paying attention to or try to put in the budget for next year? Whether they get left in or not is up to the negotiation with the budget committee. I'm thinking about the playground is just sort of piece by piece falling apart.
I think that's where the expendable trust is, right?
Yeah,
I think
and
that's
then
Is that
I think
for
that
Yeah.
that's all under our CIP too, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, we're coming to that a little bit later.
yeah,
today.
so, but I think like the
Okay.
playground falls more under the CIP.
right. Well, if you want to redo it,
Well,
but if you want to just pick it up,
Depends how big, how,
Yeah.
Well, it's all,
if you want to repair what's there or if you want to just make a major overhaul to it.
yeah.
Right. So yes, there is opportunity to do some small fixes like a swing, right? More significant stuff. Probably not.
Is in the CIP.
All right, move us ahead. Folks good on this?
Yep.
All right, so new gate at Thorough.
So new gate's installed. LGSL lock is up on it. Our lock is up on it.
It's nice.
I was gonna swing by today to see if Fire put theirs up yet, but I didn't have a chance. But then once Fire's is up, then it is permanently
We can close it.
locked.
Did you get a
So
picture of
no
it?
one will be able to open the gate.
Yeah.
I do have one somewhere.
Did you send it to me?
I
Just
can,
curious what it looked like.
it looks just like the one at the river access.
So, okay.
So
like
it's,
chain.
yeah, it's like the triangle
Oh, okay.
posts and triangle pieces that come in and
Got
then the chain, and so like 3 sets of chains, so we can open it, LGSL can open it when they need to go through and stock
Yeah, there it is.
their snapshot.
Excellent.
So that's in, and I have like the no parking signs and stuff. We had bought some with a while back when we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do there. We wanted signs over in front of the hoop courts, but we never put them up. We decided to go with the gate for the safety reasons and
Yep.
people flying down there. So we do have some signs. We had talked about a boulder on each side so that cars couldn't scoot through. And Steve Gannon told me he has some of the, I don't know what you call it, that the wood fence in front of along the hoop courts, or when that was put in, he has more pieces of that we wanted to put that in on the sides instead. It might look better than a boulder.
It looks like there's a couple posts there now at the gate. if you open the gate on the left side, it bangs up against a couple of posts that are in the ground there.
Yeah.
That look like they would impede any vehicle from getting.
But if
around
those
there.
are on the right side, you can drive through the way it is now. A car could try to squeeze through. When I was there, if the gates are open and hit a post or something, then people are going to drive right up the middle. It's when it's closed and locked.
Oh yeah, when it's closed, but those posts are still going to be there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
but-
like you could get a car through.
Yeah, you
there.
could.
You could.
I've been down there a couple times. Yeah.
Okay.
Most recently, just earlier this week to get the locks on.
Okay.
So, but we do have the signs, and whether we want to put some kind of fencing or just the posts in the sign there. If we put the post and sign, the no parking, that kind of blocks it too. So I think we just need to decide.
I think Chris was reaching out for a rock. That was my understanding when I
Okay.
talked to him.
Boulders.
Yeah, I don't know who he was reaching out to, but I think that was in the email he sent me.
Okay, so is that the decision point? We'll check in with Chris to see if we got them.
I believe so.
All right, thank you for advancing this. It's been a long time issue.
Yeah.
Good to see some progress there.
I think you need a bigger sign where you go through the gate there too, because that's just a small sign that
Yeah.
says no parking beyond this point,
Yeah.
and it's hidden by the fence. So I think if you put a taller pole and a bigger one,
Yeah.
no parking beyond this point,
Right.
then that might help to keep people from going in there, because they're in there all the time,
Yeah.
and they're down on
Try
the
to get
beach.
rid of-
They're on the beach digging up.
Yep.
The beach,
Yeah,
but I'm real. There's been too many
Yeah, somebody
calls
did
from
donuts
kids.
down
Even
there.
fire
Yep.
said they've been down there, and it gets dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chris on Thursday said that it's been approved, it's in. I also have a call into a local company to see about getting some boulders to place on either side to prevent
Okay.
cars from driving around. So I would say we leave that till Chris gets back
Okay.
to verify.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you.
'Cause I don't know who he called.
All right, thank you. Before we move on, George, are you waiting for a specific item to speak to? Because I don't want to delay your time.
I think it's the next one.
Fishing.
Okay.
Congratulations. He's been involved with the fishing dock.
All right, so we're going to talk about the fishing dock.
Come on up, George.
Progress there. Thank you.
So, the funds were deposited into our account.
Wonderful.
George and I went down, and ordered the dock. I'll pass this around, but it's like the one on the front, but you can see the water, any water or sand just flows through, but it's non-slip. It includes, the wheels. We were able to talk the guy into getting a bench, which sounds like it
Nice.
slides on a runner underneath, so it can be moved. It doesn't block space on the dock. And then at the far end, where it's the deepest, which is what, about 3 feet, we have a railing there, and we'll have the shallow water, no diving, no jumping
Yep.
sign there, which that is due in July 28th or 29th when I checked today. The dock will be in on Friday.
I'm picking up the dock on Friday.
On Friday, he's gonna hold on to it on his trailer until we can get it assembled and up. But Kim wanted us to have that sign before we put the dock, actually assemble it and put it up. And on our rules sign already, as you enter the park, it says park close, dusk to dawn.
Yep.
No alcohol, all that type of stuff. We are required to have a sign with the AARP logo on it saying, this was
Funded by.
funds from
Yep.
them. That's taking a little longer to come in because that's custom sign. But I feel like we could as long as we have the no jumping, diving, shallow water thing, I feel like we could put that up and be able to use it.
So is that sign going to be on the end of the railing, or is it gonna be on a post, on the beach?
I thought about both, and I think the post on the beach, if the water, right, like that can be easily tipped over. I don't know if we should just put it right on the fence at the end. I don't have the size here, but it's pretty good size. So that it's visible, and we can put it right onto the railing if we want to,
I think that would be best.
so that you see it head on when you step onto that dock.
Right. And if it's on the beach and the posts, it's going to get knocked down.
So we'll have to make sure that it's attached to the railing such that it can't be taken off as well.
I have
Yep.
I have metal zip ties.
Yeah, so
Right.
we can take a look at the sign
Yeah,
and
and then,
figure out the
yeah,
best way to do it,
that's
but we don't want that to be taken off by
Needs to be
somebody.
permanent.
Right, yeah, so it's
Yeah.
sort of permanent.
so along with that too, we need to come up with a date to assemble it. There's still some cleanup that needs to be done.
Yep.
Down there, where, some of you may have already heard this, but a lot of people were missing the summer. We are required to do a ribbon cutting.
Yep.
By AARP, and it's part of the whole video and
Sure,
information I have to send at the end.
Part of
So
the
we
deal.
need to think about a date for that too, so we can get the information out there
And
and.
you have to write your speech.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
So do we have a date in mind for installation and cleanup?
can we, I know it's on wheels, George, can we, if we wanted to put it together and not put it into the water, could we do that so that once the sign comes, it's ready to go? Or how long is it, was your understanding it's gonna take? And,
I would say we could probably put it together in like 3 hours.
okay, and you've done it before.
Well, I haven't done this, but there's a few plates that hold each. It's
Yeah.
3 sections, 10 feet long, and there's a connector between each of the 2 sections. There are, let's see, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably 4 sets of legs that will have to be put together with the wheels on the bottom of 2 of the sets of legs. The hardest part will be, it's not that hard, but once we get all the posts in, some of them might be 6 feet high. We're gonna have to cut them all at a consistent height once we have it set up, and we figure it's just for aesthetic purposes at the end. That could be done after it's installed. I don't think you want it. I think you want to install it and put it in the water the same
Same
day.
day,
I don't think
okay.
you want it hanging
After
out.
the
Agreed.
Just for the
Yeah, I agree.
just.
So-
I don't think there's
So
gonna be.
is there a target date that we could aim for and ask for volunteers?
Right. So
So
we have probably enough volunteers. 2 or 3 people could probably do it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But if more people wanted to help,
Yeah.
we're not going to exclude anybody from helping. So I would put it in on Friday if I could.
I know.
So, but we don't have the sign. I don't
The
think.
signs
So-
will be in Monday or Tuesday, when I checked today. Is it something you wanna do on a weekend? You think a weeknight? Did I hear your father has experience with activities about?
Yep.
Monday or Tuesday, you want to do it this?
So basically, they have the system where, as you're saying, there's a sliding rail system. So the chair can go on this rail, and the railing slides into this rail, and they use sort of Allen wrenches and screws. There's screws that go in, and it's a friction type of hold for the railing and the seat, and it's something similar for these connector panels. So it's not rocket science. It's just like a big erector set.
Yeah.
So looking at the calendar, are there dates that would be convenient for you all?
Um,
If we need next week to get the signage, then after that, on weekend of the 2nd, or the week after that?
I would earlier would be better.
Okay.
Second, it's a second.
Saturday the 2nd?
Saturday the 2nd.
So the signs don't come in until Monday or Tuesday, so you got the 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd. So Wednesday through Saturday. You want to do it during the week, it sounds like?
I could do it on a Thursday or a Friday.
I can be there during the week too.
I could be there during the week. I can't be there on the weekend. I could be there during the
Um,
week.
Stephen Gannon offered to help, and he said he would take a day off to help do it too. So if you don't mind having it done on a
Yeah,
Thursday
no,
or a
that's
Friday,
fine.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's fine.
and maybe 1 or 2 of the Concom guys, are going to be able to help too.
So you want to look at that Thursday, the 31st?
Sold.
July 31st?
Can we do Friday the 1st?
Yep.
The oil treatment, the first of the 2 treatments is supposed to be done on July 30th, and the backup date is the 31st, and so I'd rather
Sure.
not
Yep.
Be in their way.
get in the way on the 31st, so the 1st would probably be the.
And then You have to do like a ribbon cutting, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, and I think we can, like, people were using the pickleball courts before we did the actual ribbon cutting. We have to make sure I have that sign in for that, but I think if we book it a couple weeks out, my hope is that we can pick a date and Kim can have it in the August newsletter for whoever wants to.
Yeah, I think it's important to market it a little bit, get folks to come
Yeah,
down there weekend.
Pickleball, we did a weekday morning. We had a good turnout. I don't know if you prefer a weekday or a weekend. I know most people are busy on weekends and.
I would say for that, pick the date that's convenient for you to make sure you get what you need, but
All right.
it's gonna be whenever available, and I'm sure we can get a great photo op.
I have a 3-day breast cancer walk, and then
23rd.
away. I return on. I'm away through the 23rd. And home on the 24th.
Well, Labor Day weekend.
First day of school is the 25th.
It is, huh?
Sure is.
So, do we want to try August 9th? Do we want a weekend?
I know Chris had mentioned the weekend, but I don't think it was hard and fast. I think he just had it
I
up last
think
time.
we did
It was
pickleball, like the people who work in town hall and stuff could, like Kim came and
Yeah.
other town hall people because it was on their work schedule. It doesn't really matter to me, but I know weekends book up quick for people too. So
So on to the 8th. Or the
I think it's
15th.
a weekday evening, you might get better people,
Weekday evening.
better
Yeah.
turnout in summertime.
Your early evening on the 8th.
so
You want to do it before our meeting on the 12th? Just joking.
in place of our meeting.
Place of our meeting, that could be it too.
Have our meeting on the dock.
Yeah.
I could do. Yeah, we want it to still be late and not be
Yeah.
killed by mosquitoes. But you want to do it for the 8th. What time would you guys think? You think like 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or?
Maybe a bit earlier so you can get the town staff for it.
Yeah. So okay. So August.
They close
8th.
at 12 on
Oh,
Friday.
yeah, they do now.
Thank you.
So you have to do Thursday if you want.
So you
to
want
do
to
it.
Do it at
Thursday?
12:30.
Could do
12:15.
We want to be able to get residents as well too.
So
I would think that'd be,
if we did a Thursday,
yeah.
we did August 14th. That gives me a little more time for the custom sign to come in.
Sure.
Fine.
Okay, so we'll
Let's
do
toss that in.
Thursday.
Yeah.
6
August
p.m.
14th. You want to do 6 p.m.?
Yeah, I think you'll get more townspeople there.
Okay. And do you want me to reach out to Kim with that and any information to put in the August newsletter?
Yeah, that
Or
sounds
do
good.
you were,
Sure. Yes. Thank
I
you.
don't want to step on any toes if you were.
Nope. Fire away.
Reach out to her. There's one other thing. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures I sent, but there's a pile of, you've seen it, like you remember a couple of years back when we had that big storms and we were lugging trees off the beach and cutting, we had that big pile on the side on the left, and it really needs to be taken care of. And I don't know if that's too big of a job for volunteers or if somebody wants to organize that and see if they can get volunteers, or I don't know if it's too much to ask of highway. I don't know what.
All right. Let me move this to other business for the moment because I want to move us ahead in the agenda item.
Okay, I'm just saying it should all be cleaned up for the,
Yeah.
so
With the
that's
deck
why we need to kind of plan for that.
I could probably get that cut up, but the problem is you can't take it's a pretty good sized tree, right? So you can't take that to the dump because it's too big to bring to the landfill. So I could cut up into movable pieces. I just can't move it or take it anywhere. So if you could get somebody to take it away, we could cut it into either 4-foot sections or 3, so we could get it cut up, but
I wouldn't worry about the big stuff being there. It's just the brush, getting the brush out of there. I think it's more important. But-
Just,
Don't look great.
and
Yeah.
I know this is an aside, but speaking of brush, you said you had pine trees and bittersweet taking over some fence. Where's that?
Oh,
Yeah,
Grouse
it's-
Lane by
yeah.
Dare Pond.
The Terrapine. on the outside. Right. I mean, I could look at that too if you want.
It's on the
I've
far
taken-
field
I've
all the way
taken a
up.
lot of bittersweet out of the Muster Field, so
Does the highway
Be right
department
up your
have a
alley.
chipper? Do they, or no?
You couldn't chip that giant tree though. I don't think. I mean, it sounds like it's huge.
it's big. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like you'd need like a logging truck to come in and.
something like that. Find a chainsaw artist and make some benches out of it.
All right, so let me check about highway and
would work.
big chunks of the tree.
Huh?
So
That would work.
okay, any help would be appreciated.
Yeah, and then if you get back
Put it
to
to
me,
use, right?
tell
Yep.
them, you know,
Oh, no
if they
way.
want it cut up into pieces or lengths, you know,
Sure.
we could do that. If they could haul it away, that'd be great.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's big, Parker
Um,
All right.
Is there anything specific we should bring for, like, tools for assembling?
No.
No.
I'll have all the tools there to put together. It's
Okay.
just like a few Allen wrenches, you know. They're gonna brief me on doing the installation, at, the dock company on Friday, so they're gonna walk me through the installation.
Very good.
Thank you,
Thanks, George.
Thank you, George.
Right, next discussion item, talking about Fall Rec League requests. So we had talked about holding those until a certain date so we could get a better sense of the more blanket field requests for the season. So wanted to open up a discussion about what we would like to do to map that out as far as do we want a date certain that we want requests in, what happens thereafter, because with every season, things change. They change last minute. We want to do our best to accommodate that, but it makes it a bit more challenging for planning purposes. So I know we talked about this a bit previously and wanted to get a sense of the body about if we want to set a date and what to do thereafter with late requests.
So our August meeting is the 12th,
Yes.
our first one.
And are we back to 2?
Yes.
We are.
I would think by the second one in August would be the better time.
School sports will start before then.
Well, school starts the 25th, so it's that week it starts.
So they don't start a week or two early, only the high school does.
I think so.
And high school doesn't.
So
But
next
I
week.
mean, from my perspective, I would think that most leagues can give us a rough idea of what they're looking for. I think the bigger issue is just the overlap league. So I don't know if lacrosse is doing fall. I assume they are, but maybe they're not.
I don't think they
And
do.
maybe it's
I
not
think
as
they're
big of a
spring
deal as it
sports
is.
for school anyway.
But I think at least getting notice out there to the leagues to target a date of submission.
I think the
Even if
only
it's not one.
overlap they have for Dara is the soccer in the
Soccer.
fall for the school.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Everybody else uses sawmill.
over the summer, we had the discussion. You weren't here, Peter, but Chris was going to reach out to you because you're a liaison to the school.
Yep.
Where we all agreed that sports should take place at the fields they're intended for.
Yep.
To cut down on like wear and tear on the field, like at Dara, where you wouldn't, if soccer wasn't there, like softball's not tearing up that part of the field.
Right.
But and just for scheduling purposes, what the stuff we came across this spring where softball nets and the softball season were in the way of lacrosse, and lacrosse was needs a bigger field. So it's something we had, and I don't know if anything was relayed to you or not regarding that, but we did have a discussion on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's
we
in
feel
line
bad
with what we
for,
talked
so
about.
we feel bad for the school because they only want a bus to Campbell, but the transportation issue is not ours to manage, and
Right.
the lacrosse and soccer fields are being left open during those school, the school could be there during those times using what they're intended for. And then we had that overlapping,
Overloading
Yeah.
error.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm fine to communicate to the schools and kind of figure out like what they're looking for and what we can accommodate. I'm sure we would want to be accommodating if we can be, but to your point about transportation, like that's outside of our control.
Yeah.
I think, as we were saying, it's the overlap leagues that are the biggest challenge.
Well, especially if we end up pushing, if school requests, it's going to end up having to go to sawmill or brickyard. So we're going to have to make sure that we know the recs are okay before we start to accept anything
Right.
else.
And yes, school starts
Yeah.
at the 25th, and that will come up right on our second meeting. So I think the first, like we recommended the first meeting, I think that might be the best way to go for us.
Is that
They might not be able to give us full assurance at that time, but we might be able to see where some of the conflicts are.
But like in cases, I'm going to speak for baseball because that's what I'm familiar with. Like I won't even open registration until probably August. It's like late August,
Okay.
and we haven't even begun discussing, fields and who's playing where and when and whatever. So I don't even know if I put in a request right now, it would literally be Monday through. Yeah.
But that's not a problem for
Because-
baseball because you are the
No,
only one that's
understood.
here.
Yeah.
Understood.
So I think
So
that's. I think we have to ask because soccer already had their signups
that's where I was going.
and they've already put their request in. So like that's the biggest animal that we have to deal with in terms of those fields.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think requests for Dara need to be in by
Yeah.
a certain date.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I
I
think
think like soccer's not gonna be asking to use the baseball fields,
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
but there is fall softball. And if
They have-
softball
they have
wants
used
to
it.
have their fence up on the big pitch field, they should be able to because it's a softball field.
right.
But I think like with baseball, in the fall, you're less inclined to have somebody coming and asking to use it 5 days a week, 3 to 5.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If
Sawmill and Dara,
we should just email those sports that are going to be overlapping at Dara historically, and just say, "Can you please get us your request by the next?"
I think Roy Memorial, Sawmill, Brickyard. Not that many people use Brickyard, but
I think Brickyard's only used by soccer.
yeah,
Right
but
now.
just
And Sawmill will be soccer. I don't know if lacrosse plays in the
I
fall.
think they do.
They do they? And then soccer, lacrosse. I think that's it. Maybe flag is flag doing.
Healthy Kids Running is down at Sawmill now. Remember, we moved them
right.
to Sundays 4 to 6 because of conflicts with
Right.
over at Dara. Dara's just so fully booked that last year or the year before we moved them to Sawmill too. But that's just like 5 Sundays.
And I think if I could go to Andy's point, because Andy's very passionate about baseball, which is great. Kids probably appreciate that a lot. At the end of the day, let's say soccer and lacrosse came in and said every day we want it, every day, every field, whatever. Come in here, hash it out, figure it out together, right? What's worked in the past, what doesn't work in the past, come to an agreement, and then let's take that and move forward. So even if you came in and said, hey, I want everything, I don't think that's a problem for us to know on August 14th, 12th.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one using those fields. I
Yeah.
think it becomes an issue with the other
When you have
the other
multiple.
fields.
Yeah.
The fields that are shared with leagues in school.
Yeah. Like, I think it's okay for you to say, hey, on August 12th, I want everything all day. And as long as there's no other league, because there isn't, that's going to request, it's not a big deal.
is August the 12th too early for the other leagues that are going to want to?
Schools should have their schedule put out
They're already
by
out.
the state of
Yeah,
games, and
Schools
they,
for the rec
they
leagues.
practice every day or they have
No,
a game.
they won't be out for a
So,
while.
and those are,
Yeah. So is the second meeting in August make more sense?
Well, I mean, even if we get the ones on the 12th, we don't have to approve it that night.
I think
We're
we
like,
just need
this
to
is a huge.
Take all the
That's
requests
right.
and look at them as a whole,
Yeah.
as opposed to just saying, "Oh, well, we approved this already. Sorry, you can't use it."
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
So
So I
when-
think that's where you run into a problem.
Yeah.
so Jeff, if we
When
wait till
will
the
we-
26th,
When will we have the information to put the puzzle pieces together? That's the question. Is it the second meeting in August?
But I
Sounds
think
like it's not the first.
I think our job is to facilitate this conversation.
Facilitate the
It's
conversation.
not it's
Right.
not for us to say, hey, what's your schedule? What's your schedule? Like I don't want to be nitty gritty on
No,
his schedule, but what I want is, or what I think we want, is to ensure that everybody has a fair slice of the pie
Yeah.
that is the
Fair
fields that
so
are
they
in
used to do this with Talent Hall as well.
Yeah.
They would have all the groups
Everybody
to come
come.
together
Yeah.
and they would hash it out and be like,
Well, and I
"Alright,
think
well,
that's.
this-
I think we should encourage that. I think we should go out there
it
and
used to
say.
be like almost quarterly meetings or 3 times a year
Yeah.
based on.
But I think we should say, hey, we're expecting, if you have a request for the fall season, to submit it by the 12th and have a representative here, or by the 3 days before, because I don't want to get on the 12th.
Yep.
But 3 days before, and have a representative here.
Yeah.
And then if there comes conflict, we resolve the conflict that day and we move on.
Well, I would appreciate that because partly of why I am passionate about it is because last year a group booked Talent Hall
Right.
on Sundays
Right.
all day. And at that time, I was like, well, okay, well, we usually do some baseball clinics in there
Right.
as well. And we didn't get to do them this year because they literally booked up
Right.
the whole day.
Right.
You know, yeah, we were just out of luck.
Yeah.
Even though we had done it for 7 years in a row.
Yeah. And that's
You
what
heard-
I think we pick a day. So
And I'd rather have those discussions say, hey, all right, well, you can have 4 hours, we'll take 4 hours.
Right.
You know, and let's be fair about this.
Yeah. because
You
I
can't
think that'll
monopolize it.
be much
Exactly.
better. And I think if we do that for the fall, we do it for the winter, we do it for the spring and summer. I think that will solve some of the headaches. And then once you know your schedule, you send it into us, and we clean up the map, so to speak. And now we have 2 months to sell it out if, in fact, somebody comes and wants it.
Right.
So is the 12th too early for the rec leagues?
I don't think so. I think
No,
we
I
put
mean,
it out there.
You know, just be blanket
We have
request at that
soccer,
time.
we have Healthy Kids request
Yeah.
is in. If we wait till the 26th, Jeff, school has already started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're already gonna be having practices in games.
And I think we encourage the schools
So
at
they-
the same time
they
to submit any
have
fall
to have
requests.
it Earlier, or
All right. So what I'm hearing is that we are going to make a request to ask leagues and schools to get their requests in by August 7th
Good.
for our agenda
And that be here on the 12th.
and to be here.
Are you okay for me to communicate that?
Yeah.
You guys
Yes.
okay if I take that and communicate it?
I used to do it.
So just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One communication, we'll get it
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, it'd be great if a representative from every.
Reinforce that we want somebody to be here, or I think what we say is the priority is gonna go to the person that's in the room.
Yeah.
So if you do not show up,
You know, send a rep.
Right.
There's,
Yeah,
you
just
just
send one
send a rep
Yeah,
if
right.
you can't make it.
Right, well,
And then have their COIs also.
I'd say, we have our bylaws, which does have a pecking order for that. But
Yep.
yes, being here would be important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Great.
All right.
Done.
Good enough. Thank you.
Ropes course.
All right. Ropes course decision.
yeah, so this was an email, I think it was overlooked in June. The school had sent us an email, just basically saying that they have made the decision to tear it down. They'll be tearing it down sometime in July. They sent it to, I think, all of us.
Yep, I do.
So I
remember
just
seeing
wanted
that.
everybody
Supposed to be like
aware.
The beginning of July. Last I checked, it hadn't come yet.
They haven't taken it down yet.
Yeah, the
I
beginning.
talked to Cutter over the weekend, last weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
He was surprised that it's not done, but
Yeah, because we looked into, with Primex and liability issues of it not being
Yep.
Yep.
used and not being kept up, that
somebody gets
something
hurt.
could come crashing down. So it's supposed,
They're gonna take,
It says the equipment in early July. So I guess we should just keep this on the radar. If it doesn't get resolved in August, then we probably have to set something
Okay.
over. I think
They're
that's
gonna
just
Cutter take it down himself.
they're gonna
I
take
told
the
him I would.
high and the low ropes course down.
yeah, taking it all.
We could use that rope. That's,
that'll give us.
Good
more
inch and a
space
quarter
too,
rope.
if we ever- Because you can't
Yeah.
put anything under where the high ropes are.
I know that.
Yep. Good.
All right. Thank you. Graffiti at.
Yeah,
Alright.
so this was just Chris wanted to make sure we were notified of some words graffitied on the shed, and Kevin from Highway took care of it and painted it for us. So just to let everybody know, it was a thank you to the Highway Department for taking care of that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Right.
All right, this is me too. Sorry.
Right. Good.
So Primex. So we got an email from Kim asking for all town properties to have risk assessments done. It sounded like they wanted conservation and rec to do our own properties, but she did set up a day to walk with Primex. Anybody's available. If anyone is available on that day, you're certainly welcome to come. Otherwise, it is with me. I'll walk it. We'll do that one property and then we'll go from there.
Which property are you starting with?
Talent.
I can be there with you too
Yeah.
on that day.
And I'll
Does
let
it make sense to do all of Roaring Memorial Park at the same time?
I assume that's what we're doing. It's 3 hours booked, so Primex was the individual
Okay.
that walking it. So
Hopefully the ropes course will be down by then, or we'll know that it's,
Yeah, I mean, it should be because
should be.
Primex said this needs to happen and
Yeah.
so that's just an FYI.
We let the school know that it needs to be down by then because the insurance company's coming to inspect it.
There you go.
yeah, property.
Thank you for that.
I hope they don't find anything that's gonna be major.
We'll hold our breath. We'll find out.
I'm thinking bark mulch. It's supposed to be so many inches in. We keep refilling every year, but it's, I don't know.
Oh, out in the playground area?
It decomposes. It decomposes.
All right, so we've added coaches background check to the facility request.
It was a request. We haven't added it as far
Okay.
as I know. So, again, Kim had reached out last month. Board of Selectmen had taken it up. They thought we had coaches. Obviously, we don't. So the request was to just ensure that any of the leagues that operate with us are doing background checks, and to add that to our.
That's up, each league.
Each individual league, yeah.
Well, it's up, right now, I think it's up to each individual league to do it, to police it. So I think the ask was to put it on our form that, hey, your league actually does background checks.
We're not to do the background checks or to verify. We're just asking.
We're just asking them to say that they are doing background checks.
We can check with all the leagues. Baseball.
Well, when you fill out your
Right, when you fill out your request, you're just saying, hey, check, we do background checks. on coaches.
ask, they all do. I mean,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the risk,
They're
at the
required.
end of the day, the risk is with the leagues, the nonprofits that are run the leagues versus us. But we just wanted to take that, or Chris wanted to take that extra step of adding it to the request form.
any concerns?
Speaking of that though, was it soccer, Brian? He said the online field and facility form is not working.
It's not.
It's not.
So it's part,
So
The current one is.
well, so
we've had some come through on it, and then I was looking at Sarah Hilson's from Healthy Kids. That's a very old one. I don't know where that came from. That when I printed that.
So one she's had on her computer for years, probably.
So one of the things that I had asked was back in May was give me some time to play with the backside of it. So Brian had brought this up to me when I met a bunch of months back. Part of our issue is some of our documents are on the portal and some of our documents are on the website, and they're not always the same. So we have to clean up the portal, which is what I've been trying to do, so that stuff doesn't. A resident making a request doesn't need to go to our portal. If they want to know more information about our meeting, that's where they should be going to the portal.
Yeah.
If they want to make a regular request, it should be on the site, which
It is, isn't it?
I'll have it
The
cleaned up.
website
It
has
was.
the current form.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have it cleaned up. So it's one spot for people to go to.
Yeah,
versus
I don't know where the portal is. I don't know what.
So I told Brian I'd get back to him about
Yeah.
that and just tell him
We're working on it.
It's a,
we're
the
working
current.
on it,
it's work
but
in
it
progress.
should be from the website.
Correct. He should just go to Litchfield, New Hampshire.gov and recreation and select the button and done.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Okay.
continuing to work on that.
I was like
Yep.
wondering why they come through looking so different.
All right, next on Litchfield Youth Flag Football League.
Yeah, so I just want to take a minute. I came in front of this board back in October before I joined, just talking about youth flag football and the goal of me starting the league. So the league was actually here since 2016. It was more of a pickup during the summer league. It really wasn't an established program. They really didn't do anything since 2020, 2021. We picked it back up, or I took it over in December. We're going to start our first fall season on August 17th. We do talent evaluations, I guess, for lack of a better word. We start the season September 7th. We'll be running Sundays at Campbell for 10 weeks. So
Sweet. Nice.
we've done we've done 2 clinics through the summer. We're averaging about 30 kids each clinic. We have one last one this Sunday coming up. We should see close to 40, I would think, based on the number we have today. So we're in a good spot there. It'll be a new league in town for the kids to hopefully enjoy. So
Nice.
It's good work,
Just
man.
wanted to
It's
share
good
that.
work.
Play at
Great.
Sawmill or Brickyard?
right now we're gonna play Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah, we're gonna play Campbell in the track and the field on the track.
Okay.
So it'll hold 3 fields, which is we'll probably run 2 or 3 hours on a Sunday and 3 fields. So
Nice.
Great, thank you for bringing
just
a new
wanted to give you
opportunity to town.
an update so you're all aware.
Nice.
It's great. Flag football is growing all over the country right now, right? So
It absolutely is, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Send me your info, cause the info Jay will do that on his news, sport in town or
absolutely.
whatever,
Absolutely, thank you.
and help promote it.
All right, moving to old business, CIP. So we've circulated things around. Are there adjustments that need to be made or things that we need to submit?
So I don't know what the CIP looks like. I couldn't find.
I don't know what our current list is.
Yeah.
Is
I
it?
know. Remember the last time we put it together, all of a sudden a bunch of things happened because of donations in town and whatever. Like,
Let me check. So I sent this around a while ago when this first came up. It was the old list, and then we cut some things off, and I sent the original.
We did one fairly recently. It was like the tennis courts and.
So I have the one that you originally circulated. I don't know.
It was a couple months ago, though, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was new community rec center, 3.5 million. Replace talent hall floor, 200,000. Playground at Sawmill, 250,000. Tennis court resurfacing, 50,000. Upgrade, replace playground at Dara, 250, and then treat the pond for swim quality, 100,000.
So we're working on that with conservation.
So do we have a pending request from? Do we have a pending request from CIP? We
Yes.
often okay.
So we have to submit by August 4th. All forms are due by August 4th. We ask that no exceptions in order to remain on schedule and present to the Board of Selectmen in a timely manner. Town departments and boards with complete submissions before August maybe start to presentations on August. Okay.
That first one, the 3.5 million, what was the wording on that?
Rec center.
Oh, a rec center.
Yeah.
So I thought at
Basically
one point
replacing
we had-
town hall.
You're not gonna get that.
Never gonna happen.
No.
New community rec.
I thought we had at one point something with Roy Memorial Park as a whole, and it wasn't like just specific to cleaning up the water.
I don't think so.
And so the water cleanup, it says 100,000.
That's what
It was
said
like
right now.
$30,000 treatments or something. Like
So I thought at one of the meetings somebody said it had to be at least 250,000 to be on the CIP. No.
50. It's 50.
50, right? Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think this list is a good list. I don't know if there's
I
anything
agree.
that I can think of
I
adding.
don't know that we have space for playground at Sawmill now, unless it's in front of the tennis court. So we.
So you want to remove that? So that's number
Can
3.
do we have to put a specific location? Can we list an additional playground? Or does it have to be a specific location? Like, at one time we talked about,
So-
workout stations along the bike path, which kind of falls under.
I do think we need to list a location because as I built it last year, there's a list and then there's a form for each individual project.
So if we said, oh, we can't do what we want to do, let's say we come into this money at Sawmill, but we have room here at this park, or, just, would that prevent us from being able to do the project, or we just go to the Board of Selectmen and say, we want to change the location, this is a better location for this project?
I think the better transparency.
On the same
we have.
property, you could probably do that.
Like, we could keep it at Sawmill, and
Yeah,
if we
just
needed
move
to
the
go to
location.
Board of Selectmen and say, you know what, for what we want to do, there's not enough space there, but there is space here or something.
if we remove the tennis courts and
Yeah, I know.
solves two
Let's not go
problems.
there.
It solves two problems, right? It's nice and flat.
Is there anything else that,
Caged in already.
It's caged.
I don't think so.
like, I know,
let me-
at Sawmill, there talk about replacing the fencing and what's considered handicap accessible really isn't. I don't know how much something like that costs.
Let me do this. Let me put out a last call here for next week. So we have another week to make some changes before we need to submit. I would caution against going down too many rabbit holes, right? Because there are a lot of things that could be fixed or improved upon. It's kind of those
I'm
core
trying to think of
elements.
things that are really going to need to be,
Well, I think the other thing,
but
we can do too is, and maybe we should have started this earlier, but maybe we have to have this conversation in January or February so that we're not rushing.
Yeah.
at the tail end trying to add something, because I do think it's important for us to be transparent when we're asking for something so that people can trust what we're asking for too.
Yeah,
So I
and-
think if we're trying to add something a week before the deadline, it may not feel like we did our due diligence to do
No.
it.
Yeah, to your point, the
But
list is still kind of
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're not gonna, the rec center is not, it's nice to have there, but it's not realistic, but fence replacement or rebuilding handicap accessible is gonna be something that is realistic that we're going, and I guess
It
it.
may not cost 50,000 too, so
No,
that's the
I
other
don't,
piece.
like, I don't know what it would cost to fix fencing or something. I'm just saying, it's hard to, in the summer, we're only here for the 2 months, we're here once, and then people are on vacation and everything, so we definitely need to start earlier, like you said, so
Well,
we can put
they-
some thought and also kind of be realistic with.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we folks did raise this earlier. You know, we haven't.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's had a major deviation from what's on that list. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel okay about where it is.
I think we submit, and then I think what we do is we take, again, we're being asked to do these risk assessments. It's gonna give us things that we're gonna need to fix.
Yeah.
You take that next year, put a
And-
nice
Yep.
thorough list
Yeah.
together in January and February, and really allocate the money the right way. If there's nothing that's not pressing to be fixed in those assessments.
Right.
All right. Folks good with that? So
Yep.
We'll have
Yep.
one last question.
When I first got on this commission, it was one of the first meetings we were talking about repainting Dara, and I did go by and look at it. And, I worked up a price, Chris asked for price, so I did work up a price of 15,500 for that.
Okay.
And that's also to put, expansion crack, filler, which is one of the reasons that floor was rotted, because the water comes down, goes inside that crack in between the block. Because it's not mortared, it's actually, they're meant to expand and contract. But there's a product that you can use in there that will hold and keep the stuff from coming out. So we do that all around the building. So if down the road you do an RFP, you'll want to put that and just make sure that that's very well.
It's definitely something to look at from the trust standpoint that we have out there.
That was last painted when my daughter was 12, and she's
And?
30 now. And the graffiti on the side of that building has been there.
Yeah.
For a long time. It's almost like you don't notice it anymore because it's just.
All part of it.
Thank
So thank you for looking into that. And that is a good example of the trust usage, because that's bigger than what our budget could sustain, smaller than CIP, but
Water damage. It.
Yeah.
yields other
It
problems.
does, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. And you said your daughter, it was 30 years ago? I
She was
painted,
on blast. She was 12U blast when we were over there painting it. It was done all with volunteers.
18 years ago.
right? I painted the inside of that building for Rich LaSalle in 1989, when they first started to open it up again. He knocked on my door and asked me if I would
Yeah.
donate painting.
To the inside.
And we did it for exchange of letting my softball team use the gym on Sunday afternoons to play basketball to start getting in shape. And we brought in portable heaters. Heat. The
Yeah.
first week we only brought one, and it was like a skating rink. And then we brought two big ones, and it was fine. But we worked out an exchange of services. It was pretty cool. But it was 1989.
Making deals, getting stuff done, right?
It done, yeah. And it was two colors too, white and blue.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of inside talent, a floor update. I don't know who had this item.
So
This is
Chris, yeah, it's Chris.
Okay. So we're gonna punt that till the next meeting.
Are you?
My apologies,
Um,
Judy.
the inspection at town hall, should we bring that floor inspection we had done so they know?
Yeah,
what-
Yes.
I can.
what they-
Yeah, I
yes,
can.
Absolutely.
So they know that that's something we're aware of and.
Yeah, that means
hate
you've
to
looked
see
at
us
it and addressed
fail
it.
When
So,
we're like.
Yeah.
I have a copy of the report too, I can.
Okay.
I can bring, so
Thank you.
just because that's something that might fail, or they might say you need that inspection done on the floor or whatever, and we've had it done, so. Might be good to just have it on
Bring
here.
everything. Bring everything.
All right, so one item I think I neglected to raise up, something we need to vote on today is the invoice for the fence. So Justin, I think we'll send this to you too. The Fences Unlimited invoice. Needed action tonight. It's about
So here,
is that
I swear, I thought he
Very gated.
sent me an email and then told me it was all set. Hold on, let me see.
All right.
I thought we approved it. The Board of Selectmen approved it with impact fees.
Yeah, it's impact fee.
So
The anybody have
do we
anybody
have to vote for it to be
I think it was a text message.
paid? Or is it okay with like with the grant, we don't have to vote for the dock to be paid? It just is part of
Yeah.
that grant
Yeah, so
contract.
so this was
Part of the
So-
approval, yeah.
so I got this text afterwards. That's why I never added it. As an FYI, the check for the gate that Dara was sent out earlier this week, so that should be all set.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably
thank
because it
you.
was approved by Board of
That's fine.
All
Selectmen.
right, thank you.
already.
Just double checking.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
All right. Is there any other items folks would like to add this evening? So you know we have emails coming up. Judy has the rest of July. Chris has August, and I am on September. And as was previously referenced, we're back to twice a month next month, August 12th and August 26th. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second. Give it to Jeff.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye. Motion carries 600. Thank you and good night.
Thanks.